Little Orange Plum.
Hello everyone and welcome to Little Orange Plum. So today we will be looking at a little subreddit called r/not how girls work. So first off the question was, why is it shameful for women to sleep around a lot but cool for men? Okay, let's have a look. Our answer is, because girls are always fighting over hot guys and will say the craziest shit to other pretty girls, like calling them sluts and whatnot, so they can have them to themselves. Guys, on the other hand, are much more friendly when it comes to that kind of stuff, so they tend to congratulate other guys for screwing a babe. Girls are highly competitive when looking for a mate, whereas guys tend to settle for what they are worth, because of the highly competitive nature of girls, who will always choose the better, hotter guy. Guys want to spread their genes, girls want to pick the best genes. Because this is only addressing how men talk to other men and how women should talk to other women. It's completely failing to acknowledge the fact that guys, you get plenty aggressive towards each other when you feel threatened. And it's failing to acknowledge the obvious intercross of girls not really having a problem with a man who's been with a lot of other women, but men deciding that it's okay for them to have quite a lengthy sexual history, to have potentially, it's when you get the guys who don't think it's a problem if they have a history with STDs, kids with other women, unresolved issues with other women, but if a woman has just had sex with a bunch of men, even if there's no lingering feelings for any of these guys, no sexual health problems, no children, 100% still a problem because she has a longer sexual history than you. And if we're honest, it's because the guy feels threatened by the fact that she has a lot to compare him with. So you kind of defeated your own point with this whole, guys don't feel threatened by other guys. Like, you won't sleep with women who've been with too many men because you feel threatened. That's how competitive men are with other men, and women aren't competitive with each other in that way, to that extent. So, although honestly, I'm just happy that there is some acknowledgement that there is a competitive side, because, I've been in some pretty competitive worlds, with me like pursuing a career in entertainment industry. There's like a whole lot of guys who will say, oh yeah, girls don't always see the same success, don't always see the same pay for their success as men because they're just not competitive enough. And it's like, on the one hand, it's completely wrong, but on the other hand, I appreciate the fact that there are men out there that can acknowledge that women are capable of being ambitious and competitive too. Thanks for noticing. Anyway, next we have, apparently women bring too much drama everywhere they go. Don't try to understand women, women understand women, and they hate each other. Al Bundy. You quoted someone and you think that makes you smart, okay. The response is, in some ways, Al Bundy was rather wise. Women are extremely competitive with each other. I heard a female comedian once say, women will buy shoes they have no intention of wearing to keep other women from buying them. That's not a thing. That's never a thing that's ever happened. Women can be nasty to each other. Guys might fight, but once it's over. And back in the day, if two guys fought, there was a good chance they would become friends at some point. With women, it's ongoing. It becomes about everything. No matter how petty, little to nothing is off limits. And women wonder why men will welcome them into the bedroom but not the boardroom. We don't want the drama, it seems, that seems to accompany them. I feel like all of these guys who have this attitude of men are never competitive, you must have not very good careers, quite frankly, because I don't think I've ever gone into any environment with like high-powered career men where they're not viciously competitive and where it doesn't go through like every single part of their life. I'm thinking back to that scene in American Psycho where the American Psycho dude gets really upset and emotional with himself, like, and freaks out because one of the other men in his workplace has a better business card with a better letterhead and a watermark. It's got a watermark. Like, literally, don't act like you're not capable of it, men. You're capable of being that petty. I'm just saying. And in what world do women buy that many shoes just to keep other women? No. You buy that many shoes as like an impulse thing because they looked cute, and then you put them in the wardrobe and you're like, yeah, that was a bad impulse that I just followed on because I have no use for this things. And dear boys, there are plenty of other items that men will impulse buy. So, seen way too many bachelor flats with way too much random junk that you have no use for and that you probably can't ever sell. Pretty sure you can actually sell shoes. Usually, as long as they're not completely messed up, they have a resale value. A lot of stuff that guys buy doesn't always have a resale value, so your impulse bought as well. You can't do anything to undo that impulse. Well done. Next we have, aren't men the ones who usually blame rape/harassment on their so-called impulses though? Women have poor impulse control. Okay, again, it happens, but don't act like you don't do it as well, men. Which is why most of them age so poorly. As such, with the ability to get dick constantly, they often partake in that vice. That's just your sexual fantasies. I feel like, I don't know, it's one of those things. I feel like men don't seem to register that sex is not being had with anywhere near the consistency that you seem to think it is. Now, why do women lie about their end count? It's the same reason she's skittish about sleeping with only after 1 hour of meeting you, even though she wants to. She doesn't want to be seen as a slut. Maybe she's just not interested in having sex with a stranger. Not everyone finds the idea of having sex with someone you don't know to be appealing. This is advantageous to you. The key to getting women is comfort. If she feels safe and at ease around you, she's more willing to engage her impulses, which include jumping on your dick like a trampoline. That's tacky. Okay. Is it bad that women are huge sluts? No, it's not. Probably no. It's if you're behaving like this, you don't get to judge women for being basically the same as you. But you can't change anything about it. Even if you give her the best fucking of her life, once you leave, she'll use 100 cocks to try and get over you. Yes, because it's all about you, Mr. Narcissist. Obviously, every other man that she is with is entirely all about you, because you're that special. Okay, sure. I'm not slut-shaming you, I'm teaching you how to get sluts, which makes up the majority of the population. Enjoy. This is why I don't have sex with strangers, because look what some people are. And you need to know a guy you need to know a guy a little while to figure out if he's one of these. Dear male gender, you are out there trying to behave impulsively in the exact same way, and you want to act like it's just you that wants to jump into it's just women that want to jump into bed, even though you're so desperate to jump into bed with random strangers that you're actually planning to do it. And no, the main reason why women would be skittish, as you put it, with sleeping with a stranger is because some people are axe murderers. Some people cut little girls up into pieces and store their bodies in several different ditches from here to wherever. And quite frankly, if you have this mentality, I think I should be concerned that you might be one of those men who would happily kill a woman for fun, if you were so inclined. Like, I feel like the only thing that's standing between this guy and serial murder is the enjoyment of killing. Like, literally, you don't care about these women. You will happily use them. You will happily harm them. You don't see them as human beings. Literally, all you need is an actual desire to kill, and you're their serial killer, basically. Okay, next we have, well, maybe some girls. Women don't cut their hair and eat ice cream when they're sad anymore. We pierce our titties and buy a new wardrobe, work out, and ruin men's lives. I think that belongs in r/nice girls. That's time to go see a therapist. Go back to the cutting your hair and ice cream, because hair grows back and ice cream doesn't hurt anyone. Okay, so I'm just going to do one more. This was posted by a man. Completely baffles me how a man could think he knew enough about girl-on-girl friendships to somehow arrive at the conclusion that most of them must be fake. Better go tell my best friends that our friendship isn't real. Okay, unpopular opinion, but most female friendships are fake. Yeah, this is a thing that kind of appears in these sort of subreddits a lot, and honestly, I feel like it's that moment of, I feel like it's coming from a certain kind of guy who's just left high school within the past couple of years. He's out in the real world. He's finding out when you are not required to go to class with a bunch of students, fully adult people have trouble making friends in general. Adults, there's that moment when you're young enough that you no longer, you've just been taken out of having to make friends with people you go to school with. You're finding out that not everyone who you go to work with, it's not always going to be like you're friends with people at work. Meeting people outside of work is not always that easy. It is kind of one of those things where girls tend to, join book clubs and sport clubs and all of these things that naturally lead to making friends. They kind of put themselves out there a bit more, which is not even necessarily like a thing that has to be specific to women. It's more a social pressure that it's okay for women to put themselves out there in that way and to be emotionally vulnerable in the way that you need to be in order to make friends, whereas guys often are told they're not allowed to do that sort of thing, and therefore they don't make friends as easily. And when they see women with all of these extra friends and having an easier time making new friends, there's that immediate, well, it's gotta be a fake friendship. She can't possibly be better at making friends than me. And it's like, at some point, you're just gonna have to accept that's an aspect of toxic masculinity. It's an aspect of being made to see yourself as someone who can't open up, can't reach out to people, and it's to your detriment, basically. Sorry, boys, but female friendships are not fake. The reason why women make friendships so much more easily and so much more commonly than you do is because women took the risk on other people, and sometimes it paid off, sometimes it didn't. Sometimes, yes, fake friendships are fake, and fake friendships are bad, and women will have experienced most of the spectrum of the bad friends, the good friends, the great friends, the fake friends, every kind of friend, because women actually put themselves out there and tried to make friends. You didn't. It's just that simple. But yes, this is r/not how girls work, for explaining all of the common myths of the female gender that seem to circulate the internet. If you found that interesting, I would highly recommend following this subreddit. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.